Hey guys, it's William here. So yeah, you've obviously read the title of this video, and it is a pretty telltale title, which is kind of a tongue twister, unless you did autoplay. But yeah, Monster by Mistake is officially no longer lost media. And I'm going to tell you a small story about how it happened first. Not like the entire story of how I first found out Monster by Mistake was originally lost media back when I was 15 in 2014, and actually, come to think of it, just started YouTube around that time. But yeah, in my last video where I talked about Monster by Mistake, or actually like during part 2 of my quest for Monster by Mistake, because I made another video concerning that before, and even 2 come to think of it, I decided to go to 9 Story Media Group in Toronto. I decided to take a gamble and get a ride there, and thankfully it only took an hour when it should have been an hour 45, but that's not the important part. I had a lot of anxiety going in because, as I said, I've been looking for this show since I was 15. And I was about to go into a company that hadn't really responded to any of my emails properly, or really any of my phone calls properly either. In part 2 of my quest video, I published 2 phone calls where I tried to make appointments with them and tried to go in for questions. They said no, and I was basically coming there myself. I'm afraid I don't have anything to show you about my time there. I don't have any photos or video. I thought that that would make me look like a weirdo in front of them. But I went in. It is kind of pretty, and it's kind of in the industrial area of Toronto. But the point is, I went up to the receptionist with my 2 friends, or one of them's a relative. I went with one of my best friends ever, Heather Snowden, and my uncle Jim, who lives in Oshawa, who agreed to drive me. Like, because I had their support, this was much easier to go to. I know I'm in journalism and I should try to be independent, but when you care about something as big as this and you're going into a company that hasn't talked to you, it's really helpful. So I explained my situation, and the receptionist said that they have a policy where I can't really go into the company to ask questions, but she said that I could leave a message. She said that I could write something and she could make sure it would get back to whoever. And I thought, okay, since I'm there, since I came, this is probably going to be on a priority list or something, this message, but I told the receptionist that I wanted a guarantee that this would get relayed properly. And then Heather explained that we were from the school we were at, and the receptionist kind of gleamed. She, like, you see, before, my teacher and I had sent 9 Story an email that we never got a response to it, but when the receptionist realized that we had come all the way from Oshawa to talk to someone, like, I was able to talk to someone else, and like, I was honestly so scared and so, well, anticipative, if that's a word, that like the person I talked to was kind of flustered, and I didn't realize it until Heather and Jim explained it to me. So yeah. But anyway, I was able to relay the message, and we exchanged emails, and she said that I could send her the questions I had later on. And you see, I think that, like, the reason 9 Story had this certain policy is because I was a very unusual case. Like, they said that they've never had a visitor kind of like me, and they've never had a problem about lost media like the one I had. So I decided to send them a basic email. It had 2 questions. One, are the 52 episodes of Monster by Mistake, do you have the episodes on file, and are they playable? And 2, what can we do to make sure that they return to the public if that's a yes? And so, I got an answer to question 1. Well, I got an answer to both of them, but I'm going to say question 1's answer first. The answer is yes, they do have all 52 episodes on file, according to an email I got. And, like, I breathed such a sigh of relief because, you know, an entire cartoon going extinct, that's very unusual, even for the early 21st century. So I always kind of thought in the back of my head that maybe it was lost because people got lazy with archiving or something, or didn't care about the cartoon enough. But yeah, they do have all the episodes on file. And the answer to question 2 about how we'll bring it back to people is, well, it's an interesting sort of solution. you see, they directed me to a website that I somehow never got a hold of. You might know Amazon Prime. It's basically Amazon's Netflix. And apparently, Monster by Mistake in Amazon.com, it's playable. I'll give you a link below to the link they gave me. And apparently, like, they're all 52 episodes, no questions asked, in English and everything. The catch is, I live in Canada. I live kind of close to the US, but I still live in Canada. And you see, the way this certain thing works is it's affiliated with this strange site called Toonscape. And for $3.99 a month, which is no big deal to me, you can be able to play them. But the thing is, you have to be in the United States. Like, they said that at the moment, for Canadians, and anyone outside of the US, it's unavailable. And they said that until a company buys the rights to broadcast it, the show will remain unavailable in Canada. But I wasn't unhappy. I thanked them very kindly, and I thanked them very sincerely because the fact that it's not lost forever, the fact that it's media that some people can access, and that it's media that's not lost forever, it was basically a confirmation. I've been kept babbling, but it was a confirmation that it wasn't lost forever, and indeed it was available. But the thing is, I wanted to watch this show because about 36, I'm pretty sure, 36 of the 52 episodes I've never seen before after all the work I've done. So I wanted to still be able to watch this. I would be willing to pay for it. It would be a legal way to watch it. And so I tried to log on using my Canada Amazon account. I gave it a try just to see for myself, because I've learned that it's a lot better to see for yourself than take other people's word for it sometimes. And here's the thing. I typed in my billing info and they said I was in Canada, so I couldn't do this. But then I thought, I have a few relatives in the United States, and I thought I could take advantage of that. So I messaged a relative of mine. We exchanged some emails. I explained the situation I was in, and he signed up for it, and we shared like Amazon usernames and passwords. And so I thought, the reason that I couldn't create an account was because my billing info was from Canada. So I thought, maybe if I log in using a United States account, then maybe it will let me watch it even though I'm watching it from Canada. Like, I have a roommate who said that one time his friend was watching Netflix from his dad's account, and it was outside of Canada, but he was still in Canada and it worked for him. So I thought, that might work. And I tried it, and this error message came up. Yeah, like I really wished that could have worked, because it would be a legal way to get it. And you know how I was the one who broadcasted the DVDs of Monster by Mistake of Season 3, and I was the one who broadcasted some of the Season 1 episodes from Amoeba TV when I discovered that site. And now I know how to download videos, but the point is, for those who are in the US and have been looking for this cartoon forever, now you can watch it. I know that I have kind of ranted about 9 Story in the past, but this time I wanted to be a journalist that they didn't regret talking to. It was their property, so I don't want it broadcasted everywhere just yet. I want to be able to watch the cartoon though. So, I mean, I know that I'm probably going to send a message to Amazon and see if they can change their format or something. I hope that you do this too if you live in Canada or somewhere outside of the United States like I do, and a lot of people who like Monster by Mistake probably do. So what I'm hoping is that after we contact Amazon and make them change their format, if that works, then Bob's your uncle. That's what I hope will happen. Or maybe we can contact YTV, which is basically the big Canadian broadcaster, the original broadcaster of Monster by Mistake. Maybe they would listen, but yeah, that would still be a hassle in itself. And yeah, broadcasting shows like this, it does cost money. I don't want 9 Story Media Group to lose money because they told me the truth. You get what I mean? I want all of us to be able to watch Monster by Mistake legally. But you know, it's not all bad news. I mean, I even asked my relative to click on one of the episodes to make sure that it loaded and that it played, and it's a confirmation it did play. So if you're in the United States and you have an Amazon account and are willing to pay that, then you shouldn't have a problem, and I hope you enjoy it. And so for now I just want to say that we did it. It's been a long, long time, but now we have confirmation, we have absolute confirmation that Monster by Mistake is no longer a lost cartoon. We all found it, so just right now I'm very happy to tell that to you, and I'm just very happy that now Monster by Mistake is officially found. And I'm glad I could be on this adventure with you.